the Israelites in the war with the Philistines were defeated. 4,000 men were killed. And they start pondering why the Lord God allowed the defeat for them. And so they plan to bring in the Ark of the Covenant to the camp from the temple of Shiloh. Now the Ark of the Covenant was considered to be the presence of God because it contained the tablets, the rod, and the manna. So those were the visible miracles of God, and they were being preserved. So this Ark of the Covenant is being remembered because they lost the battle. Now when they brought this Ark of the Covenant in their camp for the second battle, once again they lost and there was a great slaughter. So it should make us wonder. They had this war with the Philistines and it was defeat of less intensity. And later on, this God's presence is brought. And the defeat is much worse. The defeat is of greater intensity. For the previous one, only 4,000 men were killed. And this time, after bringing this Ark of the Covenant, it was the death of 30,000 men. So what happened? Is it because the God had come to their aid, or that God was brought to them, that there was a greater defeat? Let us think a different way. Now only because they lost in that war, they remembered God. They never remembered God before, that God was supposed to accompany them all through. At times the religious symbols, rituals are used in a superstitious way, in a magical way. We feel if we just get hold of them, the things will work right. If we just carry them, everything will be fine. God is not for the sake of magic. God is for the sake of relationship. It would have been wonderful if they were feeling the missing of God from the time they started to stay in that camp. It would have been wonderful they felt that missing of God all the time, not only when they are in trouble, even in their good time, even when they are confident. And that is the state of our life. We want to invoke God, we want to call out to God or be close to God only when we are in need, only when we are in trouble. They wanted the presence of God only for the battle, not for them, not for the sake of building a relationship with them, not for the sake of friendship with God. It was supposed to be a type of a magic that God had to perform in helping them win a war. And maybe God wanted to teach them a lesson. Now we remember God in a like manner, that our different activities, volunteering work in our worship places is enough, or giving of the donations fulfills our duty of faith. The work, the actions should lead us to deeper relationship with God. Some of us may consider all these activities are enough. If we consider these activities, this work, this volunteering, that it is enough, everything has rendered useless. No doubt it helps others, but it doesn't help you. No doubt it makes the life of others easy and comfortable, helps others in the sacred place, but it doesn't help you. This work, these activities are supposed to increase your relationship with God. They are supposed to be the means for you to grow in the relationship, but they become end in themselves. Our faith won't help us if these activities and these works become end in themselves. If that's the case, our faith will rather make us helpless and poor in finance, in giving different donations, and it will make us poor of the life of integrity. In good times as well as bad times, let us remember the Lord. In good times as well as bad times, let us keep this God in our relationship and try to grow in this relationship with God.